Hey there, Appalachian. Welcome back to Up Late App State. I'm Annie Jones.
And I'm Morgan Mullis. Annie, how was your weekend?
You know the usual. Some homework, some partying, nothing too interesting. What about you?
Okay. Well, not to brag, but I got to see my favorite musician in concert.
No way, who is it?
Hall & Oates was playing in Charlotte this weekend.
Don't you mean Hall and Oates?
I'm pretty sure I would know the name of my favorite singer-songwriter. Annie?
Just gonna move past that. Speaking of musicians, however, we here at Up Late are proud to introduce our in-house band.
Thank y'all for having us. I am White Thunder and he's Black Lavender. And together we are the Orpheus Wells. It is truly an honor and privilege for me to be here at Papp State University. I say it's a privilege because it is a violation of my parole to be around grown children. Drugs and alcohol have ruined my life. Hey, 1, 2, 3. What comes after 3?
4.
Thank you, Mary Jane. You have been good to me.
Oh, that's horrible.
Do you know what dog food tastes like? Do you? It tastes like it smells. Delicious. I'm not finished, but can I get some cash for this? I got some errands to run. Okay.
Now let's get down to what's Appalachian in Appalachian. In local news, Watauga County is set to start construction on a $38 million community recreation center. For some perspective, that adds up to be about 4 sophomores worth of tuition.
This enormous recreation complex will feature several courts, a pool, and a soundproof room where they can shove all the street musicians into.
The project is set to be completed around the same time as the construction on 421, so you know, whenever.
Emergency services in Wardensville responded to a fire consuming a Lifeway Christian bookstore. Police have suspected foul play, and we here at Up Late have at least one suspect in mind.
In sports news, Gardner-Webb doesn't have a football team anymore.
App State beat them so badly, Zach Thomas actually went to Central for a snack midway through the game. Who replaced him? I'm happy to say that rookie quarterback Yosef finally got some field time.
Homecoming was last week, which is great. For many, homecoming is about unity as family under the black and gold. To others, it's about getting drunk and throwing things at floats.
Not that either one is more true to App State students than the other.
Up next, we have some guests from Beta Mu Tau Tau here to speak about their upcoming charity fun run event. Ronnie, Donnie, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Total privilege.
Now tell us about the race.
Well, as many of you know, Boone suffered a major tragedy the other week as Hurricane Florence came through and flooded parts of the valley. Beta Mu Tau Tau had already organized their tailgate in the Boone Mall lot before the hurricane got announced. Even though the game got canceled, Beta Mu Tau Tau stayed out there because we already had deposits on some sick cornholes. And Beta Mu Tau Tau stay strong and stay hard. Super strong. Super hard. Unfortunately, the rain still came and all of our strong, hard brothers lost our Sperry's in the floods. Their shoes were drenched, deluged, waterlogged, soaked to the bone. Whole thing's a tragedy. But Beta Mu Tau Tau stay strong and we are going to make it through this. That's why we are proud to announce the Sperrieres with Derrieres Florence Flood Fixer Fun Run.
That's a mouthful.
Well, that's why we cut the guts and boiled it down to an acronym. The SHWDFFFFR. Also pronounced shoot for. Shoot for the stars. Because even if you miss, you'll land on Howard's knob. Yo!
Donnie.
Ronnie.
Are you saying that you're throwing this fun run to replace the shoes that you got wet while tailgating in a mall parking lot?
We prefer to call it flood relief.
I'm not sure that qualifies as flood relief.
I was in the flood, and I'd be relieved if I got my spare bears back.
Anyways, what can you tell us about this event?
Well, like we said, it's the Sperriere Derriere Florence Fixer Fun Run. So it's all runs out with our buns out. Upper thighs to the skies. It's a ruckus with the tuckus. Booties abound and booties around. Yeah.
Wait, Donnie.
Ronnie.
I'm sorry, Ronnie, are you saying that this run requires the runners to have their butts out?
Dang right. Full moons are gonna be out that day. Hopefully you're not an American werewolf in Bundy. Or a rear us Lupin. Or Larry Tal Butt from the 1941 film The Wolfman. Or any kind of lycanthrope, really.
What we're trying to say is, yeah, the caboose is gonna be loose.
Yeah, cool breeze on the back door.
You could say that the...
No, we got that part. Man, you guys really are twins.
No, Donnie and I? No relation.
Yeah, we actually met when we were rushing.
Oh my god.
Anyways, where is this race taking place?
So we're starting in the Boone Mall parking lot.
In memoriam.
And then, as Ronnie mentioned, it ends on Howard's Knob.
Shoot for the stars, because even if you miss...
Wait, you're asking people to give you money to run up a mountain with their butts hanging out so you can replace the overpriced boat shoes you lost while tailgating in a flood for a game that had already been canceled?
Well, when you put it like that, it's not even kind of rad.
Yeah, now my biscuit's totally unbuttered. What am I, a Popeyes?
Yeah, what are you? A misleading step stool in front of one of those massage mall chairs? Because this is totally not shining my shoes.
Well, I'm sorry to face the two of you with the truth that neither one of you think that this was not going to be the best idea.
Of course not. Everything we do works out.
Yeah, if my life were a person, it would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because of how often he works out.
Yeah, if my life were a person, it would be Lisa Kron touring local theaters, because it's done well by me.
If my life were a person, it would be a race car driver who does the track backwards before crashing, because it's all gone all right up until now.
Yeah, if my life were a person, it would be John Lithgow's character in Footloose. Because...
All right. Thank you, both of you, for joining us today, but I'm afraid that's all the time we have for this segment.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure Island.
Pleasure cruise.
Pleasure, thank you. Either way, we're happy to be here.
Get out! Up next, by popular request, our nightlife coordinator Yobadiah is here to tell us about what's new after dark in Boone.
Welcome back, Yobadiah.
It's great to be back.
So what's the new place you're going to tell us about?
Okay, so if you're a domestic draft beer for only $2.99 on Wednesdays, I've got the place for you. The kids are calling this place and it's got it all. Mimes, a gay radio, 7 glass bottles full of dirt, rugs that you can wear as skirts, all but 3 members of My Chemical Romance, and a log that looks like Jodie Foster if you squint and turn your head like this.
Sounds like an interesting place.
You can find all of this and more in the erotic novella section of Belk Library.
Do you know of anywhere a bit more accessible?
Well, there is this one place that I've got in mind. If you're the kind of Mormon who's really good at basketball, it's the perfect spot. It's called the USS Jodie Foster, and it has everything. The flies that live in Zach Thomas's mouth, bees, 3 muskrats who only speak in riddles, Arnold Palmer's sweet and sour bones, 2 mini twigs, love in its most abstracted form, and a mule from Oklahoma who attacks windmills.
What was that last bit?
Okay, so it's from this great book called Donkey Okay. This place you can find wherever the red fern grows.
Okay, well, are you sure you don't know of anywhere that's more family-friendly?
Well, there is this one place. So, if you're Jodie Foster and only Jodie Foster, this place is going to check every box. It's called Shorts, and it can only be found beneath select theaters this June. Now, Shorts has anything you can dream of. Knives, 3/4 of a women's gymnastic team, slam poetry, 1 bucket of mayonnaise next to 1 bucket of aioli. No one can tell the difference. 7 times your daily recommended sodium intake, unleaded fuel, the amorphous blob of hair that backed up all the showers in your freshman dorm, and a 24-hour screening of a spaghetti western about low-income neighborhoods, a purse, and a full-contact sports team.
What is the movie called?
The hood, the bag, and the rugby.
All right, I think that's gonna do it. Thanks for joining us, Yobadiah.
Anytime.
A recent survey was released showing a surprising increase in national marijuana usage from the one group you wouldn't expect, the baby boomers.
That's right, the survey showed that 9% of people aged 50 to 64 have admitted to using marijuana within the past year. That's double the usage of the doobage since 2006.
I guess you could say business is booming.
Here to give us some insight on this crazy trend is Margaret and George Henderson. They flew all the way down from Colorado to share their experiences with us. How was your trip?
I think we're still on it, young lady. Wouldn't you say, George?
Wait! What did you say, Margaret? It's quite loud in here.
What do you mean? It's just us in here. How's it loud?
Shh. Let's just move on. So Margaret, George, have you noticed any recent changes in your generation's attitude towards recreational drug use?
Well, Miss Candy.
It's actually Annie.
Okay, Shanty. Let's put it this way. This isn't our generation's first rodeo, okay? Do you millennials happen to remember the 60s at all?
We know some highlights, but I bet you guys could give us a better feel for what it was like back then.
Oh no, we were actually wondering if you guys remembered anything from the 60s.
Yeah, we can't remember jack squat.
That whole decade was such a blur. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can only recall 3 defining elements of the 60s. It was filled with checks, hugs, and self-control.
Wait, wasn't it specs, pugs, and casserole?
Oh, now I remember. It was sex.
Okay, let's change the subject. How's the family doing? Do they approve of the new lifestyle choice, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, not at all, Yorma. We will say it hasn't been the easiest on the family, especially poor little Timmy.
Little Timmy?
Yes, our grandson. We really do try to refrain from using the hash on family visits, but dagnabbit, it's just too dank. Poor little Timmy was hiding under his bed from me.
Wait, your grandson was hiding marijuana under his bed from you?
No. Little Timmy was literally hiding under his bed from me. I always scare the bejesus out of him when I set up play dates with Mary Jane. The poor little guy will just scream out of nowhere and carry on about why does Grandma have devil eyes and who keeps stealing my Halloween candy.
Well, I think we've heard enough for today. Thanks again, Margaret and George. Please be careful and safe travels.
Thank you, Morticia. Stay lit, homie.
Yes, keep it 100, fam. Bless and pieces.
Thank you. It looks like the California-based rock band that knits clothes for goats and has chronic nosebleeds, the Red Snot Billy Sweaters, need the studio. So that's all we've got time for this week.
You can find us on facebook.com/uplateappstate.
She's Annie Jones.
And he's Morgan Mullis.
Thanks for staying up late, App State.